Recording.
All right, let's do
we
it.
got we have 0 viewers and 1 like. I'm not
Hell
sure how
yeah,
that
dude.
works, but they
Oh
popped on,
yeah.
hit like, and signed off. But let's start. All right, hello, idiots on parade. The Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is stand-up comedian Jake Vevra, broadcasting live from New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. Let's jump right into the news. And as we pick up live people, we can jump into the chat. I tried to send, because the last few weeks, well, ever since the inauguration, I tried to send as little politics as possible because it's just so dominant. I want to get into other stuff. I tried to send funny stories this week, things that we could mock. And the first one, where is it? Did it? Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. Last week we talked about, I can't remember her name. There was a woman who was suing Lyft. She said the Lyft car showed up and locked the doors on her because she couldn't fit. The guy said she couldn't fit. She said, God damn it, I can fit in your car. I'm suing Lyft for discrimination because of the weight. Well, she just lost her own case. It hasn't even gone to court, but she went on a podcast, sat down in an office chair, not unlike the one I am sitting in, and went, this is too small, and they had to get her a couch. They get her a couch. They had to move the office chair, the normal sized office chair, and you can't see it. My flaps. Oh, you can see it on live. My flaps go up, and so she could put her flaps up to spill over the sides. But no, it wasn't enough. They had to go pull a couch from the corner for this woman who is trying to sue and saying she could fit in a Lyft in a sedan. Not happening. All we're gonna have to do, the lawyer is for Lyft, is just show that clip. That's it. It's over.
It's kind of like the OJ glove not fitting. You know what I mean? Like if the chair on the Breakfast Club don't fit, then neither was the regular size Uber. That's what Johnny Cochran would be screaming if he were still alive and he were taking the case of Uber.
Well, he would probably take her side because he liked the guilty parties. He liked the ones in the wrong. So I hear you. He'd find a way to make it rhyme, unlike us. But we have that wrong skin melanin to do good rhyming.
It's true. That's true. I also it's too early on a Sunday for me to rhyme. That's what I'm blaming that on.
It's noon. It's noon.
It's still too early for rhyming, man. When the sun's still up, I'm a hungover little pup. But see, there you go. Now that's a rhyme right there.
That was a rhyme.
But I will say to her, in her defense, she was on the Breakfast Club. That show is named after breakfast. You should have some big chairs. You know what I mean? Like people that eat breakfast foods need bigger chairs. I blame the Breakfast Club. I was against her on Uber. I am on her side for the Breakfast Club. A lady who's famous for being her size. If you think she would be welcome anywhere, it would be a show called The Breakfast Club. Okay, they didn't have food for her, and they didn't have a big chair. I'm against Charlemagne on this one.
I'm going to counter against you in saying that breakfast can be anything. It can be a bowl of granola, it could be a fruit, it could be a couple of healthy scrambled eggs. Now, had the show been called The Brunch Club, that's where you get, a dessert with your breakfast. Breakfast is not about having cake, but you go to a brunch and they have cake. So I'm going to say that if it were called The Brunch Club,
everyday thing. You know what I mean? So it's weird. Maybe it's coming from the point of view of like I don't really eat breakfast. You know what I mean? I just down a can of Monster and that's my breakfast. You know, that's how I stay in the shape that I'm in. I miss a meal. You know, I do lunch and I do dinner and that's it.
What's the shape you're in?
Well, you say it's not great, and I would agree with you. But at breakfast, and I would be looking just like her. I would be on the Breakfast Club, not able to fit in a regular chair, looking ridiculous in front of Charlemagne.
Fair enough.
But brunch, I tend to think more like I don't even think of brunch of that as that heavy. Really, I think of that more as like an excuse to booze it up with fancy, mimosas and things like this.
And Bloody Marys. That's a good point. That is a good point. The reason I go to brunch is because it's always, always, always all you can eat. It's never a menu option. It's always a buffet. So you buy a plate, and the point of brunch is to just gorge yourself. It's to go get pancakes and, as I said, desserts and sweets and cinnamon buns and rolls. So that's why my mindset breakfast can be healthy, but brunch, if it was the brunch club, then I would say they should have uh, not only snacks, but couches at the ready. And you
You-
sit down, you loosen your belt, your belly spills over your pants because you're a tubby.
yeah, no, I agree. Lil Ain, you were going out of your way not to make it political. Lil Ain says, "Free Palestine." You guys agree? I agree. I don't think Palestine should cost anything. I think I'm tired of having to pay to get in there. You know?
Yeah, I mean, maybe when it becomes the Riviera of the Middle East, then they
Yeah,
can
right,
charge a cover. Right
right.
now, not so
Once it
much.
once Trump makes it a little nicer, then I think they should charge for it. Until then, I think it should be free. I shouldn't have to pay for anything. I shouldn't have to pay for food. I shouldn't have to pay for breakfast or brunch in Palestine. So it's a bit rubbly for me.
Do they have breakfast or lunch or anything other than sporadic humanitarian aid?
Well, according to Trump, they have $50 million worth of condoms. Uh,
True.
so I think maybe they use those as like sausage links.
All right, next story. I just sent you this one this morning, so if you haven't had a chance to review it, that's fine. I'll break it down. Headline: More Americans see gambling on sports as an investment tool. But DraftKings CEO says most bettors know they're, quote, likely to lose money over the long term. Well, the CEO is saying, oh, come on, they know they're going to lose money. But according to a survey, according to the latest survey, found the most common reason Americans bet on sports was to, quote, make extra money, 65%, edging past gambling for enjoyment, 61%. And then here's my favorite one, and these don't add up, and doing it for fun with friends and family, 53%. So you have 65%, 61, and 53%. Math don't add up right there. The first two don't even let. That's 65, 60, and 60 is 120. But who gambles for fun with friends and family? Who like, hey, mom, dad, let's your dad was a gambler. Did he take you to the casino a lot, or was it your mom?
He did. He used to take us in a van that he got. He got a van with a little TV and a VHS player. So we used to watch Ninja Turtles in the parking lot and eat pizza while my dad was in at the slot machines. So I do believe that my family would fit in this illustrious 53% that you. Good times, honestly. I look back at fond childhood memories sitting in that van, wondering if my father was going to be able to pay the mortgage. But there was one
But
time.
it's an investment. How could he not? Expert, they say that they're doing it. It's their 401k. That is their 401k. Betting on the Super Bowl is their retirement.
I do remember when I was pumping more money into the Chiefs at halftime when the odds were all up, yelling at my wife drunkenly, "Shut up, woman! I'm trying to invest for this family." And so, I think I'm in that category too. That's why I think the numbers don't add up. You know what I mean? It's you can do both. You can think you're investing and think you're having a good time till the goddamn birds defeat the Chiefs. No, I'm kidding. I bet on the birds, but I bet a bunch of prop bets, so I still lost money.
Oh, that's funny. I
Yeah,
didn't bet on anything. I'm just happy that I am happy they fucking won. I love this, Jake. We're stupid. We are just stupid. DraftKings went public in 2020 and it's tripled in price. The stock has tripled in value and it's up 44% so far in 2025. We are a month and a half into 2025 and it's up 44%. That's the future right there. You want something that will always accrue value? Gambling. I should have bought the stock in DraftKings back in 2020.
yeah. See, the suckers are betting on the games, and
Yeah,
the
you got to bet on the stock market.
is betting on the stock. That's the move.
Oh, this is our country. We are so dumb. We think that gambling is a good idea. And I'm looking at you since you gambled on the Super Bowl.
That's
Either
right.
way,
I even Not only did I bet on the Chiefs at halftime, I even put a bunch of money on Palestine just now on DraftKings, and I hope they come back. I hope they come back.
Is that Tom Brady in Under Armour? No, it is not, because, and here's how I will prove. Here's how I can prove I am not Tom Brady. Pass. He's going to pass the ball. He threw a long pass. See, Tom Brady says pass. It's the most fucking. He spent too much time in the Boston area in New England, and now whenever he fucking, it's like it's nails on a chalkboard. Whenever he says pass, oh look, he threw a long pass. I can't believe we went the entire season and no one sat him down and taught him how to say pass. It is the most bullshit. Like, first of all, them shoving Greg Olson aside was bullshit. But the fact that they allowed him to week after week, he's gone viral a couple times for his idiot pronunciation of A. I think he did tackle once, or a fast break. I don't know, but pass is the one that gets me. He always says pass. Someone needs to teach him how to talk before next season.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, you don't spend that much time in Boston without sounding like an asshole. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
fun.
Well, I spent 2 years there. I wanted to get in fights nonstop. I wanted to make it my life mission, the 2 years I lived in Boston, to walk around and teach them how to fucking speak. Obviously, I failed, but it's so grating. It's not an attractive accent at all.
It's not. It's not. And barely any of them are sober enough to drive their car home from the bar. So it's just that kind of.
All right. Oh, speaking on that, let's talk about this. After clips of her celebrating the Eagles' win went viral, people are calling out the unfair and misogynistic backlash over Travis Kelce's ex, Kayla Nicole, attending the Super Bowl. This is the dumbest thing ever. Travis Kelce used to date a woman, Kayla Nicole. She is now it says in here, a sports reporter of some kind. And so she was at the Super Bowl doing her thing. And so they're yelling at her because she got dumped. And so she's supporting the other team. What do you expect? What? I don't understand how this is an
I
issue.
think that all Chiefs ex-girlfriends are out there tearing down telephone poles in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Just trying to bang a dude on the Eagles.
But here's the deal. I want to go back to the top because they said it's sexist. How many clips did you see this week of Travis Kelce going viral for playing like shit? There were minimum of two. One where he remained in a stance and missed a block after everybody else was moving, and the other, the one that went huge, is while Mahomes was scrambling, Kelce was just standing there watching him. Is it sexist that they called him a shitty football player? Like, why is it sexist if it happens to a woman that it's automatically labeled sexist? And maybe it could just be, oh, they didn't like her, or they just wanted to pick on her because they support the Chiefs. Why does it always go to sexism? Like, immediately, there could be other reasons. That sexism is real. Sexism exists. People do sexist things, but that it is the go-to is what I think is bullshit, because it's a boyfriend girlfriend thing. It's exes. Why is this in the news, and why are
I
we fucking talking about it?
Well, I don't know why it's in the news, but I do disagree that there's not some level of sexism. Any dude who's pissed off that Travis Kelsey's ex girlfriend is somehow like in sports media, he's saying some wild shit. Like anybody who's gonna go post something online about her, I guarantee you is giving off crazy incelly vibes. So yeah, there's probably some wild comments in there.
Yeah.
But it is kind of ridiculous that they would see her on the field and not just kind of think like, oh, I wonder if she's there for like a gig, because it turns out she's like a sports reporter. It would
Right.
be weird if she's just like, hey, I used to bang a guy on that other team. Let me on the field.
I don't think that.
Like I mean, that's what I was thinking at first. Is I was like, do they just let groupies on the field? Is that a thing? Is do you just get a pass for like, yeah, I'm a really hot lady and I bang the football players? Can I get in here? Like, I'm trying to knock off all the check marks there. I'm looking for a defensive back. I'm trying to bang a defensive back.
I mean, that's the way it works with concerts. It's just that the roadies get a little something before they let the groupies backstage. That's the way it was in the '80s. There were all sorts of. It's like, oh, can I get backstage? Yeah, you got to do something for me. Maybe it's the same in the football world for those yellow vest wearing security guys. We got a couple comments to address.
We
What time is it? It's at 11 p.m. in India. It's noon Eastern where Jake is. Um, what's the one I saw? Can you stop swearing? Oh fuck, dude. I'm sorry. I don't mean to swear. So here's one. Mark Griswold. I imagine you failed. You're sitting in a basement making fun of a professional football player. Don't know what you're listening to. Didn't make fun of him. Talked about virals. But if you want to talk about failing, your is possessive. YOU apostrophe RE. So good
Yeah,
job getting the
throw a comment
easiest
or
thing
two in there,
wrong.
you moron. Become literate before you trash us on the internet. How dare you? And for
Oh,
the
Latino boy, as they get, bro, why you cussing, bro? I don't know. It's language. I just use it. I don't understand.
and I
Shadow
will
says
have
hello.
you, Timmel is not in a basement. He is actually in an expensive penthouse in Midtown that we have designed to look like a basement. That is actually a studio. That is a $200,000 studio.
Yes, it is. What's up, fellas? What's up, buddy? Okay, what's his bra size? My wife lost 150 pounds recently. I
How dare
can
you?
donate to the guy on the right some if he wants. I didn't know where that was going. I had no
That was good.
idea where that was. I
That
go,
was
what's his?
good. That was good. It's 35B. If you want to send something into the podcast.
I honestly, I'm just reading it. What's his bra? I didn't know I was gonna finish with a
Look
cut
at.
on you.
I will say that is not a good. It was a good one. That is a terrible angle for me. Just know, Timmel is making me do two fucking cameras right now. I have a good camera that's on my face. I have another one that's like, like from the bottom, so it really blows me up. See, I should just do selfie mode right here. I should just duck face for the rest of the thing. But I'm not.
CBK, Jake isn't lying. We record this for Spotify and we record it. We go live on YouTube, but the recording we also do video. So when I chop it up and put it on YouTube, if you watch the rebroadcast on YouTube, you're gonna see Jake looking right at the camera. Looking, he's gonna give. He's
Yeah,
got.
I
He's
will.
got. He gives sideways looks. He gives dead on. It's all good. You don't even see his boobs.
But I will say this is the first time that I've done it from this spot, and yeah, this is a horrendous angle. Don't think I haven't noticed. I've noticed. I've been like, Jesus Christ, man. They say the camera adds 10 pounds, but yeah, I'm up looking like 20, 30 heavier than I do in
All
the.
in the tits.
I'm
10 pounds
gorgeous.
in the tits.
What's up?
10 pounds in the tits, all in the
Yeah,
pod.
the whole thing is right here in my cups.
Dad podcast. Yes, we are both dads. All right, so here's the first politics. And I sent this because I have to agree. When I read the headline, I'm like, this makes sense. I'm not a conspiracy theory kind of guy, but I just swallowed a burp. James Carville wonders if there is a plant in the progressive wing of the Democratic Party to see how many, quote, stupid things they can embrace. You gotta when they just elected a new what was it leader they were for the DNC so that to try and win elections, and the
Sure.
first thing he said was, we're not getting our message out there. Oh yes you are, it's just a shitty message. And two, we want to make sure that our Democratic Party is embracing people of all platforms. We want a left-handed lesbian. We want to make sure that there is an Eskimo with special needs. It's like, holy shit, this is what turned people off in 2024. You are literally, and that's why Carville says he wants to see how many stupid things they can embrace to just continue to lose elections. It's because it says it right here. Our rules specify that when we have a non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced with the result. Holy fuck! This is what you're wasting time on. You lost an election, and the most important thing for Jamie Harrison's announcement during the elections is they must be gender balanced. So if you have a non-binary, that means you need to add an extra man and woman to balance. This is why you lose fucking elections. Oh my God.
I disagree. I think they should go farther. I think every office. I don't want a single. You know what? There was a group of people in the 40s that had only binary people in their ranks. Okay, in their high offices, they were called Nazis. All right, do better, do better. All non-binary right now.
What's the topic of the podcast, fellers? Anything in the news? It's just current events. That's
Well, it
literally
was
what
my
we talk
tits
about.
for a while. Now we're talking. Now we're talking non-binary people. I think from this angle, I think I'm non-binary. I think I could be in the DNC. Look at this, man. I'm bald. I got tits. Boom.
He did. I'm reading down the article where he says he admitted that the former Vice President Kamala Harris was the party's quote seventh string quarterback. That's why. That's a pretty good burn.
It is. It is. It's also. I mean, I know I've talked about this on here before. I don't even think that she was necessarily that bad, or she had that bad a campaign. It's just that the handoff was so fucking sloppy.
Yeah.
It was a big fuck you to all of their voters who came out and voted in the primary, sitting there going, "Oh, we have an incumbent. We have an incumbent. Oh, wait, no, we don't. Turns out he's old. Did you guys know he was old? You know how we spent 4 years talking about how he's basically a 35-year-old man and only playing clips of him sounding, spry. Turns out he's really old, guys. So
Well,
no
they
more, no, no.
also their messaging was we're not going back. And but it was literally once again vote for me or you get Trump. But there was no this is the plan, this is what we're doing, this is and so even though even though Kamala did not run on hey everybody, I think every sports team needs a transgender person in
Well, she
especially
did
women's sports because they didn't come out and say that the right ran made up everything they wanted to because they had no platform. The Democrats had no platform, so the right said this must be their platform, and people bought it. So what are you going to do?
I don't know, man. I disagree there because the right was always running all these commercials about trans people in sports and all this stuff, and
Yeah,
Harris never fucking mentioned it.
that's what I just said. I literally just said that because Harris had no platform, the right could make up whatever they want, and they did because Harris there was just literally vote for me or vote for Trump. So the right scared people. That's what I'm saying. Harris never mentioned it, so the right got to say it all they wanted because Harris never said anything really of substance.
I see. I don't think
Latino
that.
boy, we already discussed why I'm cussing. Now you're getting redundant.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna keep cussing. Fuck Latino boy Vincent from Florida. Fuck him right in his ass. Fuck him right in his fucking ass. How you like that? How
Oh,
you
you
like?
went right at him.
I'm gonna cuss. I'm gonna cuss right up your mother's twat. How you like that, Latino boy Vincent from Florida?
That's how you win listeners.
That's right.
All right. Do you want to do any more on this, or do you want to go on? I just thought it was. I resonated with this story when he said, "Is the our Democrats trying to find? Do they? Are they just trying to do stupid things?" I'm like, that's what it seems like.
See, I don't think so, man. I think it's more. I don't think that the trans people in sports is what sunk her. I really do think it was just a fucking sloppy handoff, man. I don't even think it was that policy related.
That's part of
Because
it. Yeah.
to the point, that annoying lady who was yelling about Palestine earlier, even though we weren't talking about it. You know what I mean? Like if you're that lady, and the dude who you've been calling Genocide Joe on campuses and protests and all that, if he just kind of hands it off to his VP while skipping the primary, when you could have voted for somebody that was going to be a little more for cutting off funding to Netanyahu, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to show up. You're either going to do a protest vote or you're going to fucking stay home and watch our podcast.
Now, hopefully, watch our podcast. All right. Uh, more politics, but in a fun way. Anna Paulina Luna is a politician. She's a member of the House of Representatives from Florida. She got put in charge of overseeing her investigation into the assassination of JFK because, first of all, that's really going to bring down the price of eggs. But more importantly, she said she's going to subpoena members of the Warren Commission.
That's pretty
How
awesome.
dumb do you have to be
I
to
am
let
going to
those
get some
words
handcuffs.
exit your mouth?
I'm going to get some handcuffs and a Ouija board, and I am going to fucking lock up the ghosts of these men who lied to us.
Did she? I mean, even even Teddy's gone now, and he was young when that happened. But the members of the Warren Commission were all old when it happened. These are the people that we elect to office. This is our fault. We are the dummies that just vote for this. People that are so monumentally stupid.
No, yeah. I mean, speaking of which, Kyran in the chat says, "What's your view on the Reform UK Party?" Just like Anna Luna, I think they should reelect Churchill. I think they should bring back Churchill.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kyron, we have not looked into the Reform UK Party that much. Apologies.
Yeah, that's our bad, man.
Yeah. Um. Oh, I've got a ad up here. Hold on. Oh, here. This is a good one. I Man, we've talked about this in the past. It's every single week. This should be a running segment on our podcast that we just get to. It's every single week. A drag queen story hour ends with a child being assaulted, harmed. It's gross. It's oh wait, sorry, Beltway Park church youth leader arrested. It's not a drag queen story hour. It's always a church youth leader. Huh? How about that? Another one for child pornography. Why is it always the Christies that are busted doing this? It's so odd. I thought they were the ones that were against it. And it was the drag queens, and yet we have yet to have a story about a drag queen doing anything naughty, naughty, touchy, touchy.
Yeah, I think a lot of those guys just kind of hide within the church. You know what I mean? Because they're like, well, I can kind of get protected here, and that'll be my thing. Either that, or they kind of have like such a problem with it that they're like, well, I'm gonna like straight up pray this demon away, and
Yeah,
by doing that, the best way to do it if I was a priesty fellow, you know.
I think it's less trickery and more. Go to the Duggar family with that kid. I think these people come from a family where they have the sickness, the grossness that has them interested in kids, that makes normal people vomit. I think it's inside them, but they're part of such a fucked up family that's all Christy that, like you said, they think they can pray it away, so they just stay the course. I don't think they get into it later in life to be a trickery. I think they just stay the course of, okay, I have these thoughts, but Jesus is going to save me. I'm going to become but the thoughts don't go away because Jesus isn't real and Jesus can't help them. So
Yeah, fair enough, man. Yeah, I mean, at least they caught the fucking guy, you know.
I'm not gonna. So Latino boy who's yelling at me for swearing, yelling at he just dropped the N bomb. So
To be fair,
swearing no good, but
fair,
racial slurs
say
is
Latino,
apparently okie
he did
dokie
a
according to
Latino
him.
boy in New York on the East Coast. Now he said he's from Florida. In New York, Latinos say the N word. That's just a thing. It wasn't a thing back in Iowa. It's a thing out here. I'm assuming that trend carries down to Florida. So as the referee of this podcast, I'm going to allow it. I'm going to fuck
As
out Latino boy.
As the Iowan, I'm going to go ahead and say that most people in Iowa think Latino is black because they're so white bread stupid. They just any shade of a darker color is automatically black. It's that's what Iowans
Fair
think
enough.
because we're a bunch of dumb farmers here.
The governor does for sure.
Yeah, she's a piece of work. All right. Oh, this story. I knew that right from the headline. This is just a work of beauty. Shark bites off tourist's hands as she tries to take a selfie on Caribbean beach. Okay. Um that sounds bad, kind of, until you read the story. And oh no, the shark had been in the water swimming around for 40 minutes. People had been alerted. It came into the shallows. She saw the shark and actively went into the water to try and get a picture of her with the shark. I don't know how. So a selfie you'd think your hand would be out front, so maybe a picture, but either way, she went into the water with the shark for a picture. Hey, how'd that work out for you?
I feel bad for her. I don't know why you're ripping on this
She
lady.
went into the water. The shark was in the water.
But this lady has balls, just like the parents of the kids in Jaws. She doesn't close the beach down just because one fucking kid gets eaten. You know what I mean? I'm on this lady's side. You get your selfie, all right? You get your goddamn selfie.
Well, she did. What I wanted, they didn't say. Did the shark eat the camera? Because I'm assuming her phone is in her hands, and if her hands are gone, then the phone is gone.
Dude, there's no way she's got the phone. There's no way a shark is biting your hand and you're like, oh fuck, you're digging around the sand. You're like, oh my god, this is the iPhone 11. I need to
No,
save.
no, I'm saying someone else. I'm saying did the shark swallow it? But it says right here, like I said, it's understood that the shark had been there for 40 minutes. I'm maybe I'm a pussy. I'm just gonna go right out here and I'll admit I'm a pussy. Hey, there's a shark swimming around. I'm out of the water. That's it. 6 foot shark too. This isn't a little baby shark. This is a decent. This is a teenage
It's a
shark. This is a
it's a big and yeah. I think people are way too comfortable with wild animals just because they haven't been around them enough. You know what I mean? In most places, and they're just sort of like, oh, I only know them through I don't know, man, like Netflix docs and things like this, and they don't realize like, oh yeah, you gotta like respect these things and like get the fuck away from them when they're around, you know?
respect and fear. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
not to the point where you eliminate them, because I guess after Jaws, people went on a shark killing
Look,
spree.
man,
But
Oregon Trail, no one thought bears were something fucking cuddly. You know what I mean? They were
yeah,
like, shoot those fucking things, or we wagging the fuck away from them, right? And then a thing happened to where we got rid of most of the bears, and then they became kind of cutesy. It's like, oh, I'm gonna give a stuffed one to my kid to cuddle with as a baby, and then they grow up to be grizzly men. I'm gonna go cuddle with these fucking things.
and,
That's
and how did that end for Grizzly Man too?
that's
The
right.
Sparkmeister. Everyone wants to be Steve Irwin. Yeah, and Steve Irwin freak accident did not end well either. And he was a pro. He knew what he was doing, and it still dumbfucked him to death. He knew the animals, and it was just a chance flick of the tail that got him right in the heart. This was literally going into the water, and like, there's the shark. I'm gonna shove a phone in its face.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's sad, man. You hate to see it, but that's why you don't go around wild animals, you know?
Well, Funny Insightful says, I hope she got the whole thing on YouTube. Now, she was making it because that'd make awesome YouTube, the whole thing on video. Because now, if she was going in filming, then we would have footage of like, a big old
Yeah,
chomp. And
only if she was only if she was like live streaming. That's the only way that because I guarantee you that phone's gone, man.
yeah, how waterproof are our iPhones? I don't know. Well,
I mean, waterproof enough, but they're not finding the fucking phone, man. It's
yeah.
in the ocean.
All right, one last story that I think maybe there's one more on here. But speaking of fuck around and find out, in rural West Texas, a measles outbreak grows with no end in sight. This thing is doubled over the course of a week. I feel bad for the kids. I feel horrible for the kids because the kids are just kids and they have the dumbest fucking parents on the planet. But according to the article, the confirmed cases of 49 up from 24. The more in this county, where is it? It says there's somewhere in there. They're all unvaccinated. They did not get their vaccination against the measles, or against measles. So yeah, I feel bad for the kids, but man, this is like this is parental abuse. They're so fucking dumb. They think they know better than doctors and scientists because Robert F. Kennedy is a moron and he says stupid shit and stupid people. Yeah, I feel bad for the kids, but all right, fuck around and find out. You didn't get your kids vaccinated. Now it's spreading.
To be fair, he said that if they drank enough cat urine, they'd be fine, and that's what I did to prevent hair loss, and it's still not working.
Well, see, because we're mixing things here. Is it hair loss or is it measles?
I could just have the measles. You know what I mean? Like,
Paul
what?
says he's Hawaiian and he does not fuck with sharks.
That's right.
All right, let's sign out of the thing because we only got a couple minutes left. So we are signing off the Spotify recorded broadcast. I am Nathan Timmel. You can find me at nathantimmel.com. We are approaching the 1 year anniversary of my special Unapologetic, which I dropped on YouTube. Yeah, I have a t-shirt store on my website, nathantimmel.com. You can go over 50 designs. Jake can be found at Jake Vevra, the little symbol at Jake Vevra on all social media, including YouTube, where he has his several-month-old. It's just a baby. It's just a baby. His special, Unalived by Dog Pills. Paul in the chat is not saying it right here, but he said it in weeks past that he has watched both. He enjoys both, and he loves Jake's special. Very
Okay.
funny stuff. Unalived by Dog Pills. That's it. We're going to switch over to the live stream chat. I don't know if we have a story left or we'll just talk to people, but thanks for tuning in. Jake, hit us with a stinger.
Well, it doesn't. It's not good when you set it up, but
I was just rambling, so it just sort of came out.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, dude, it sounds ridiculous. I'll tell you something that stings. My tits are too big for this chair and the chair on the Breakfast Club. Damn you, Breakfast Club, and damn you, Uber. I'm on that fat rapper side.
And we didn't even talk about Kanye possibly getting divorced.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Hopefully, hopefully he stays sane this time. I know that breakups tend to make him way more anti-Semitic and way nuttier. So
Well, he hit the he hit the anti-Semitism pretty hard right before she decided enough was enough. All right, John
you
and Chloe. Damn, I hit the jackpot of rotting minds. Pissed with this one. Have fun with the internet, Jets.
know,
Ah, rotting mind piss. That's what we are. That's our new promo. Idiots on parade. Rotting mind piss.
that's right. That would have been such a better name. We should change the name of the podcast to Rotting Mind Piss.
The end of Jake's is special. Yes, Jake is very special. Click that like button. What have we missed? Oh,
I'm
Todd
very
Rubel.
fucking.
Man, I used to know a Todd Rubel that passed away from cancer. So now I'm sad because there's a Todd Rubel in here that's not my friend. Screw the kids and their parents. The kids will end up the same way or worse with look at me diatribe. But won't they? You don't think they'll learn from this, Todd? You don't think they'll be, oh shit, look what happened to me. Now I'm going to be a better person, or do you think they'll go so far into the vaccine that they'll be like those idiots that were getting the COVID vaccination every 3 months? That you read those stories about people that wear masks. Not read stories. You see people who wear masks in their own car by themselves. Do you think they're going to go that direction, or?
I have to have a booster shot just to come. I've had 87 of them, and it's made me look like this. I was actually really hot with a full head of hair before the goddamn booster shot. Thank you, Moderna.
Sparkmeister has something. Cat piss, no good. Shark piss, to ward off sharks. Jake, that's where you got it wrong.
That's the move, man. Now, if she was in there trying to drink shark piss because RFK told her to, I think it was the most badass thing ever.
I always love these message redacted, retract. I want to know what those say. I would love just whenever we get we saw one where someone was dropping the N bomb and then it went away and I caught it. I'm like, oh, there's the N bomb. Oh, he's pulling it back. Even he realizes it's too far.
Yeah. So it was more like it's less of a an N bomb and more like an N pot shot at best.
Yeah. What's your view on my previous message? I thought we handled that. We said we don't know jack shit about the UK Reform Party, or was it?
That's
Oh, he
a
says he works in the party. We assist. Well, we don't know anything about it, so we can't really talk on it. Oh, now Chad is redacting messages on purpose and sending hearts. They'll end up like their parents and be your friend. Oh boy, yeah. I hope not.
Yeah, some of the best times in my life were spent going to island places and telling them not to take medicine. So, I can't rip on RFK too bad.
Nathan, did you notice that when you started that, you were ending the other stream, that a number of people left the YouTube chat? No, I didn't. I don't really pay too much attention to the numbers. So they thought, are you saying tired of liars that they thought I was ending this one as well? And that's why they left? But come
So
on, bro. So let it, LED hit. Come on, you should let the guy that had worms in his brain tell you what to need to do. Good point.
that's true. That's true. Well, Chad in the chat brings up a good point. A lot of times people reject because they misspelled or deleted something. It's like, because here's the thing: you don't want to drop an N bomb and then have misspellings. You know what I mean? It's going to make you seem dumb and ignorant.
I subscribe so you can shout me out and say hi, Trey. All right, hi, Trey. There you go. Goody says cringe. Oh, talking like the kids. Kids love the word cringe. All right, we have anything new? Or hold on, I hit the wrong thing. Tap anything new? Yeah, I said hi, Trey. There you go. Yeah.
Hey,
All right, so we've come to the bottom to the chat. So yeah, chat's dropping. All right, people that tuned in, thank you so much. We'll be here next week. Oh, Jake, I got to text you on the side. Yeah, I'm gonna text you. Yeah. All right. So I'd hate to be illiterate and racist. It's one or the other for me.
that's right.
Yeah. Pick a lane and stay in it. Either you're going to be racist or illiterate, but come on, you don't want to be both.
Be a Ben Shapiro, not a Kid Rock, people.
All
That's my
right.
to y'all.
Bye, everyone. There's my thumb in the
Later.
camera.